Throughout the mid-2010s, an urban legend would surface about a mysterious MMO by the name of Worlds.com. Having been launched to the public in the mid-1990s, the game was believed by many to be dead, discontinued, and lost to the inevitable void of internet history. Unbeknownst to most, this couldn't have been further from the truth, as Worlds.com was very much still running. But there was a catch. Venturing into the game today presents you with a barren wasteland of nothingness, a relic that was once bustling with life, and a deserted memory that's clinging to life supports. The game, expectedly, is completely empty. Mostly. You see, rumor had it that Worlds.com was hiding something, a shrouded purpose that's been kept from the public. Rumors involving in-game cults, doxing, graphic imagery, and virtual stalking had led curious minds to hesitantly venture into Worlds themselves in hopes of finding out if these allegations were true. Let's throw it back. This is the story of Worlds.com. An aside. The 1990s were a magical time in the world of entertainment and the advancement of society. Being what I can only describe as the calm before the imminent mid-2000s technological storm, we were living in an era that brought us some unforgettable treasures in the realms of video gaming, movies, and television. In the gaming world, for instance, new and unforgettable IPs such as Mario Karts, Banjo-Kazooie, Fallout, Resident Evil, and Silent Hill were born. And with these came game consoles that have stood the test of time in bringing us unforgettable experiences such as the Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, and the Dreamcast. Being in an era that predated the modern interconnected society that we live in today, a lot of nostalgia is carried inside of many, as the mid-1990s are remembered as a time when the internet was just barely getting its footing into mainstream culture. Personal computers during this era were nothing but an expensive novelty, at least for my family, and the ones that did have one used them primarily for work. In August of 1995, Microsoft would release a revolutionary competitor to the Netscape Navigator, the pre-existing OG of internet browsing, called the Internet Explorer. If you were lucky enough to get your hands on a PC in this era, then, combined with the tools at your disposal in Windows 95, you were able to venture into the vast, wild west of an enigma, known as the World Wide Web. In today's culture, things have changed. Social media, discussion boards, and websites in general have all become inherently sterilized, being pushed to the brink of minimalism and moderation. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but a lot of the magic and charm that existed in the wacky and terribly designed UIs of the past are largely gone, replaced by logos containing simple shapes, any shred of creative color being replaced by white, Microsoft, and all-encompassing oversimplification of pretty much everything. As you've heard in my incessant rambling so far, the era was magical, and a lot of newfound creative mediums were on the rise. While video gaming via a conventional console was the primary method of escaping into a mystic world, the rise of the internet paved the path for a new form of interactive storytelling and interconnected social experiences. And those were a little something we now know as MMOs, or massive multiplayer online video games. Of the many websites that were available to early adopters of the internet, one would be launched in April of 1995 by the name of Worlds.com. The website was created by a company simply named Worlds Inc. and housed a public 3D chat room that players could enter and explore to their heart's content. According to the website, The minimum configuration is a 90 MHz or faster processor with 32 MB of memory. The recommended platform is a Pentium class processor, 133 MHz or faster with 48 MB of memory, Windows 95, 98, 2000, or NT, a whopping 80 MB of free hard drive space, and an active internet connection. The game was a big success, mostly attributed to the novelty of virtual online chat rooms at the time. It garnered the attention of various big names, including David Bowie, Steven Spielberg, and a digital artist by the name of Tamiko Thiel. The latter two actually teamed up at one point and created an in-game environment called the Starbright World, which was aimed at giving seriously ill children an outlet to interact. The gameplay is mostly what you'd expect from something out of the mid-1990s. At the outset of registering your profile, players are given the opportunity to choose between various avatars to represent themselves in-game. Among them are a human, a penguin, a monster, a kangaroo, and a clown. Advertised on the websites are various realms that are available for you to explore at your leisure. Among the hundreds that you're able to choose from, a few notable ones include worlds themed around David Bowie, the New York Yankees, the band Hanson, the sky, an animal house, and a fun house. Venturing out into worlds for the first time, you'll be thrown into a central hub with other players from around the world. The various themed environments that we mentioned prior are accessible through tunnels and doors that are next to their labels, and entering these immediately loads whichever one you so choose. Movements, like any 3D PC game, is achieved using your keyboard and mouse, and also available to you is a chat box, allowing you to communicate to others in real time. Now this seems like nothing out of the ordinary. Along with the primitive graphics, the game is pretty substandard today. At the time though, this was absolutely groundbreaking, and PC owners flooded this thing, giving it a burst of life that would deem Worlds.com a massive success. As with anything that's been crafted in the digital age though, the user base began to decline over the years. With the advent of various competitors, the mid-2000s brought with it the inevitable desertion of the Worlds.com user base as players moved on to bigger and better ventures. Second Life, RuneScape, Toontown, VMK, MyCoke, and Habbo Hotel were becoming viable alternatives that not only looked better, but gave players more to do with their own distinct charm. You may have noticed that most of the names I just read off are now defunct. The Toontown, VMK, and MyCoke live support plugs were pulled as their developers encountered an existential problem that was prevalent from the start. They couldn't find a way to monetize them. Combined with this, the fact that these games were all run with the help of moderation teams and ongoing servers, it became evident that as long as these virtual worlds were online, whoever it was that was running them was losing money. At this point, you'd expect Worlds Inc. to pull the plug. With the dwindling user base and aging game mechanics, it seemed like this was the only sensible way to go. Either cut your losses or release something new and optimized for the next generation of online gaming. But they didn't. As a matter of fact, Worlds.com is still downloadable and accessible to this day, and stands as an uncanny and deserted relic of the past. Rumor has it that the game's creator, Tom Kidron, is simply fronting the server costs himself and running it out of his own home. But that begs the question, why on earth would an individual be fronting the costs to keep a dead video game alive? What part of this abandoned online landscape is so pivotal that it's still in existence over 20 years later? In the short span of time that I've been here, it suddenly dawned on me that I'm visibly the new guy. Everyone here seems to know it. I'm not a regular. Hope you're comfortable. Down the rabbit hole we go. In the early 2010s, rumors began to spread about the game thanks to certain anons from 4chan's VNX boards. Allegedly, there existed potentially illegal and cult-like behavior from the game's handful of players during that time period. As you'd expect, upon catching wind of this, the rest of 4chan did what they do and went in to investigate. Before we continue, I wanted to make something explicitly clear. In my hunting, it dawned on me that these allegations surfaced at a point in time that predated the year 2012. I say this because the oldest records that I've been able to dig up are from that year. Unfortunately, most of the archives, images, and audio files that we're going to get into have been lost to time. However, there are some that allow us to piece together a cohesive storyline as to what actually went on in Worlds.com. So let's talk about the game itself. A major element at the game's core was the ability for users to create and host their own customized universes utilizing a tool known as the World Shaper. Much like Minecraft, if someone chose to do so, they could create their own server, build what they want, and invite certain players through a downloadable file that's accessible through Shaper. Many of these became archived on various websites, and even today, there are download links out there to access certain custom worlds. Effectively, the possibilities were endless, and harnessing the creative freedom that they were given, players were able to create some admittedly impressive worlds. Now that it's died down, though, things have become a bit darker. A bit more controversial, so to speak. While there are groups of people that are or might be strange in their own right, there are two that have starkly stood out to me as the most mysterious. Two users, a Jimbly and a Nexialist. Interestingly, both have crossed paths in the game. However, their stories couldn't be further apart. Contrary to Nexialist, the stories surrounding Jimbly seemed a bit more grounded in reality. But we'll get to him shortly. First, I'd like to introduce you to Nexialist. According to an early 2012 blog by the name of ForgottenWorlds.com, the profile piece on him states the following. Nexialist is a regular at Worlds.com that has been trying to pull in the VNX boards to play this game. Nexialist is a successful user that's been able to get a cult following in the game, which is hard to do. He constantly reaches out to dedicated players to join him, as he seems to be called the key bearer, and gives some players tours around the game without chatting. This isn't even close to covering entirely who this guy is rumored to be, so allow me to pick up where they left off. According to 4chan and various message boards, Nexialist is abstruse, a shred of indecipherable mystery that's lurked Worlds.com for what some believe to be as long as the early 2000s. Encountering him in the game happens at random, and it's been rumored that you don't actually find him, he finds you. Upon discovering you, he'll approach you without words, standing as what appears to be a lifeless corpse as you begin to quietly panic at his disturbing avatar. After the initial shock dies down, you're told to follow him, and as a result, you embark on a journey through hellish customized corridors that bear satanic symbolism and graphic imagery. After your tour, Nexialist will begin sending you disturbing audio files that I wasn't able to find archives for, but if we go by descriptions from 4chaners, it's safe to assume that these sound like the distorted deaths of dying animals. Once you're scared to your wits' end and you leave the game, he already knows that you're going to go to 4chan to talk about it, because that's what he wants you to do. Spread the word, get people talking, and the next sucker that grows a sliver of curiosity and decides to check it out is his next victim. Unfortunately, this all reads like an urban legend. People have been able to capture screenshots and video of Nexialist over the years, but not much, aside from very few outliers, have been found that outlines what I'm describing. Because of that, I'd like to put a pin in this arcane figure and circle back on him later, because there's an even deeper rabbit hole that I'd like to bring you into. Jimbly's a different story. A different story. The Hidden Worlds website that I mentioned earlier serves as a diary of the experiences that a man named George Costanza had witnessed when he first played Worlds. According to his blog, he found a bizarre network that this Gimbly guy seems to be running, and the entries on his website outline a considerable amount of information that I'd like to dive into and unpack. The very first post on the website was made on January 5th, 2012. It reads as follows. Well, I started playing this game called Worlds.com. Seemed innocent, but according to V, it has some fucked up things from the past. Everything's forgotten here, and in a group we explored the game. In the coming days we'll share our stories and pictures here. Further on that day, another post was made outlining Gimbly's supposed network and its inner workings. The game started as innocent. We had gags while we explored the worlds, skeletons popping out, and finding Pegasus. Things a person could expect from playing Roblox or other games where your creations are welcome. But things turned bizarre. Our friend Grant, as we called him, was showing us these rooms that I mentioned, and eventually we ended up in a lobby filled with brown doors with text on them. These doors had the creator's name and a description of the level or world. This guy, Bilbo99, had messed up levels with Easter eggs everywhere, and we praised him for his creepiness. And then I noticed at the right corner of my window said erotic in Gimbly. This map was Gimbly's creation. It was a town filled with shops like Starbucks. However, things would take a turn. You see, there was a person that contacted me named Megalik. Her, or his avatar, was of a bird or an angel. She claimed that she was new in the world, as I was, but she'd been playing this game for a week and already gotten dirty and knew what this shit was really about. To act new is a common trick to bait new players. Anyway, Gimbly had a network that was serious. How serious? To enter his network, you need to provide mugshots. For example, here's Bilbo99. There were a total of 30 rooms filled with different mugshots of users, but room 2 was dedicated to Gimbly. So we scavenged for Megalik and found this. And there were so many pictures of other users that I'll include, but one thing I found that was standing out was a user named Kelikar. She was in the porn gallery, and I compiled this. It seems like someone has stalked her, and the rooms were labeled Kelicat. This user must have been a fat cat in the network. As you can see, Kelikat's written there, so what Gimbly does now is retrieving nude pictures of regulars that are still left. Megalik was the proof that we needed, since she'd only been playing for a week tops. Below this, George displays the various screen caps that he was able to take of the various mugshots of different users. Of the bunch, he was even able to grab a few of Gimbly himself. Intrigued by this atypical finding, he decided that him and his group of friends wanted to investigate a bit on their new friend Megalik. As it turns out, there was a bit more going on with him than they initially thought. And yet another post from the same day, titled Megalik, a man or a woman, he describes the following. Megalik's nudes that could be found in the other post seemed too good to be true. Her head was cropped out and with the body of a young woman, while her mugshot shows an older woman in her 40s, and that picture's really old. What does that leave us with? She could have faked him because she doesn't want to show her real body, or it could be a man playing as a female that doesn't want to get caught. After chatting, we discovered her real email, although it's linked to a man by the name of John. John's in his 50s, seems to enjoy MMOs while his wife doesn't show any interest of games and has her only Facebook activity labeled as kids. So yes, Megalik might be or is the man posing as a fragile woman while baiting for pictures. Those pictures up there, except for his profile picture, is a year old. The pictures are from 2009, and then he used a picture of his wife to verify himself, and thought how cool it would be to send a fake picture of a pair of tits to make him look like a god in a game. As we're beginning to see, Gimbly's network encompasses some extremely odd people. People that are impersonating others and using real-world mugshots to gain access to whatever it is that he's running. One might go as far to say that Nexialist isn't the cult leader here, but rather, it's Gimbly, as most of the rumors about the former seem to relate to what we found with the latter. In a third post I'd like to focus on, titled Gimli's Inner Circle, George proceeds to explain the following. The last post was about this weird map, about a man going by the name Gimli that was trying to get naked pictures from regulars, or old players that were still active. So we stalked him. He hung out at a beach, but once we arrived, they'd all scatter and disappear. Thankfully, though, the friend tool and a broken avatar tool could let us teleport to them while being invisible. But that was for later. Meanwhile, we scavenged the net for Gimli. We found his website, gimbliworlds.com, and where he stored his pictures, gimbliworlds.com/pics, only to show a black screen with red typed text that said darkness. Below this, George reveals publicly accessible information about Gimli, including an email address, before closing his post with the revelation that also, Gimli's into traps. This can be found in his porn gallery. With this in the back of our mind, you know I couldn't just let this go. I had to get in. I had to find out if this was real. I emailed Gimli and began my hunt. Under the guise of a Jeremy Erickson, I start a message and write the following. Good evening, Gimli. I've recently started playing Worlds and was interested in joining your in-game network to congregate with yourself and other players. Upon consulting with a few anons from X, I was told to reach out. I've downloaded a few worlds from your website and am currently trying to get them working. Just let me know what I need to do when I'm in. Thanks, Jeremy. So it's been a few days. After a trek through worlds, a lack of a response, and dwindling time to wait, it's beginning to seem like Gimli either isn't currently active or simply doesn't play this anymore. Though I have a hard time believing that, considering the fact that the Whois domain search on his website reveals that it was updated on November 5th of 2019. I'm not entirely sure if Gimli's the kind of guy that would have a sudden change of heart, but if you ask me, it is a bit recent. Anyway, with that under our belt, unfortunately, heading back to the blog reveals that most of the other threads outline mundane discoveries while exploring various official and user-crafted worlds. A few notable highlights include some of Gimli's bizarre creations, but not much, other than that, is even remotely relevant to our investigation. Even so, the discoveries surrounding Gem are nothing short of unnerving. So what's actually going on here? Over the years, the primary consensus surrounding Worlds, primarily due to Nexialist, was that it's a front for some sort of satanic cult. Rumors are powerful things, I won't deny that, but there are a few points here that I'd like to unpack. Contrary to Nexialist, Gimli surprisingly hasn't generated much buzz online. This bizarre, cult-like network that he seems to have created effectively cements him as somewhat of a wild card in my theorization. What this guy is doing is weird. From the mugshots to the vast database of supposed network members to his secret repository of graphic imagery, it seems like he is the one actually running the rumored cult. While it doesn't deal with Satanism and death like the urban legends claimed, this guy is, whether he knows it or not, effectively catalyzing a situation in which people run the risk of being doxxed. It took George not even one full day to piece together the real identity of the wife and man behind the Megalic mugshots, and it's unclear how many other selfies that he has stashed away in the world that he's, according to the blog, been building since 2005. To be frank, aside from the lack of a response, I wasn't able to find much else surrounding this guy, and it's safe to assume that there are others like him. A game that's largely abandoned, aside from a few key players, is surely something that would catch the eye of somebody trying to run some sort of network under the radar. With that being said, I encourage you to make your own conclusions about him. With the evidence at hand, it does appear that at one point in time, there was something going on behind the scenes. Whether or not it still is, or if the mysterious Gimbly is still active, remains to be seen. While I haven't been able to track him down, maybe you can, but keep in mind that if you're so curious as to venture in on your own, your potential discoveries may be nefarious. But remember, we're talking about custom. You might recall that I mentioned the fact that users are able to create their own worlds. This was actually a pivotal mechanic in the game and gave players an extra layer of interactivity. In a sense, I could see the developers feeling as if they're future-proofing their game, as it allows creative freedom that was unheard of before the point of its release. With this in mind, we have to remember that most of his so-called cult activity was happening in these aforementioned user worlds. Regardless of his eerie demeanor, Nexialist was eager to give newcomers a tour of many of these. As it turns out though, he's apparently come off as quite ordinary to many players. In one post on Reddit by a user named Goomilord, they claim that they even encountered Nex and that he's merely a normal guy. Apparently, he switched his avatar to Sanic at one point and began spamming the words, "There is no cult on worlds.com" in the chat. Take it for what you will, but I believe it. So let's think about this logically. Worlds is, at its core, creepy in and of itself. The barren environments, combined with the uncanny primitive textures, naturally gives any unsuspecting players a sense of uneasiness, especially if you've caught wind of the various allegations surrounding Nex's mysterious character. To me, I believe that he's playing along, leading players to the belief that he's some sort of cult mastermind as a long-running joke. The worlds he frequents are creepy on purpose, and, in my opinion, he was capitalizing on it for a bit of fun. His avatar is nightmarish, he comes off strangely when he wants to, and he executes this with a group of willing friends. The same friends that we see in the so-called cult screenshots that were captured in-game. A weird hobby, but to each their own. I'm not judging. Now with all of that out of the way, there's still one glaring question that remains. Why does Worlds still exist? Nearly 25 years later. Allow me to redirect your attention to the game's owner. Tom Kidron, in his many years as the world's owner, has become somewhat known as something called a patent troll. Patent trolls essentially purchase many different elements and ideas of a particular product and squat on them for years, filing lawsuits against anyone that violates them. The reason that these people are called patent trolls mainly rests on the fact that the ones they purchase are typically what they perceive to be a sought-after and core element of a particular product. In this case, Kidron's been squatting on patent number 7,181,690, which is titled System and Method for Enabling Users to Interact in a Virtual Space. This was filed on August 3, 2000, with further detail in the following. The invention provides a highly scalable architecture for a three-dimensional graphical multi-user interactive virtual world system. In a preferred embodiment, a plurality of users interact in a three-dimensional, computer-generated graphical space where each user executes a client process to view a virtual world from the perspective of that user. Sounds broad, doesn't it? That was on purpose. Andy's used it. Even as of this year, there are articles all over Google explaining legal cases that Worlds Inc. has filed against companies and IPs such as Second Life, Blizzard, Bungie, and more. And according to a Vice article from 2015, Kidron rakes in a whopping $200,000 a year from his court proceedings. This, effectively, explains away the server cost. When not many, if any players play your game at all, the result of this is cheap upkeep, low bandwidth, low server costs. Ergo, he's raking in cash with a positive net income. In the US, the typical patent lifespan is 20 years, So at the time of writing this, we have just short of 9 months before Kidron would either have to renew or simply let it expire. As a result of this, if he so chooses, he could let it run its course and retire from his relentless court proceedings. If he does, I wouldn't be surprised if the world's game goes down with it, effectively and permanently leaving this artifact of a game to die. So, all in all, as it turns out, Jimbly is the real enigma here. The custom worlds that he, and potentially others, have created are an indisputable testament to the underbelly of this archaic MMO. Today, it's unclear whether he's still active in the game or not. Even so, the inner mechanisms of this fabled network are something that perplexes me, as I see no end goal other than to hoard a repository of images for his own enjoyment. Why he chose worlds.com to do it is and will forever remain beyond me. Regardless, Worlds, whether still online by nefarious reasons or not, stands as somewhat of a time capsule to the primitive era of social gaming. Today, with the official non-custom Worlds, it stands as a corpse of the past, a window into what once was, and a sliver of mystical nostalgia, sending us back into a time when we all first discovered the world of the internet. As far as we know, servers are, to this day, willingly being kept alive. Alongside this, the inevitable date that the game permanently goes offline is unclear, so if you're eager to experience this curiosity of old, then you better get on it soon. Stay in the official servers and you'll be fine. Soak it all in. Bask in the gritty mid-90s. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I love you all, and good night.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm. All is bright round me. I have a say.
Reddit, and this is kind of a continuation of it. So we're going to be going through RBI's subreddit and reading through various stories that I've picked out that are pretty creepy, that I think are creepy. So, yeah, hope you like it. What's up, guys? What's going on? Angel, Kylie Jenner, what's up? Jay Robert, Charlie, good boy Leroy. Oh, shoot, we're filling in. So you guys liked the other one a lot, it seemed. So I wanted to continue it. I know I've been like kind of teasing that I was going to do this for a while now, so I'm trying to finally get it done. And holy shit! Hi everyone that's getting into the chat right now. Okay, so I gotta ask: audio levels good? Is my voice too loud? Music too loud? Oh my god, I can't read. I can't read this. I need to slow it down. Let's see. It's good? Okay. So the last stream was like super shitty quality. I didn't realize I had my computer set to 720p on OBS. Hopefully it's a lot better now. I set it to 1080p and tweaked with the settings and everything, so we should be good. Alright, so it looks like we're filling in here, so I might go ahead and get started. So the first story that I have picked out is this one. It's called How and Why Is This Girl at My School Uploading Thousands of Pictures of My Classmates to Google Reviews? This one really stuck out to me because okay, first off, I couldn't find any context on it, and I did a lot of digging about the story afterwards because I wanted to make a full video on it, but there's no actual proof or anything. Apparently, this girl knows someone at her school that was taking pictures of every person in the school and making Google reviews about them. That's basically that in a nutshell, but what I'm going to do is go through it, the whole story, and read it to you guys and get some thoughts. Let's see. Someone just asked, what's RBI? RBI is the Reddit Bureau of Investigation. It's basically an investigative subreddit where people go on there and solve internet mysteries, kind of like what we do on the channel, just in a subreddit. All right, let's see. Hold on, I'm checking the text. Is the text size good? I'm sorry I'm asking so many questions. I always mess up something on a stream, and after the fact, I catch it. So if you guys can't read this, just let me know, and I'll zoom in. Okay, all right, guys. So, okay, I see zoom in and I see everything's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit. It couldn't hurt. There we go. Should be a little better. By the way, everyone who's throwing in super chats, thank you so much. For the sake of like continuity with the stories, I'm gonna try to read those at the very end rather than cutting through in the middle of the story. But before we begin, Breathless, thank you for the $10. You got here right in time for the first story. Yes, you did. Let's see. Now I'm going against what I just said, but I want to tell the people that did so already. Thank you. Soaps donated $1.99. Said pee pee poo poo. Nice. That's hilarious, my man. Okay, all right, enough sarcasm. Okay, so text size is good. Let's get into the story. Enough of me rambling. I'm sorry. I'm going to shut up now. Hope you guys enjoy this story. So, how and why is this girl at my school uploading thousands of pictures of my classmates to Google reviews? This is by a user named PM for Nice Chat, and it was 1 month ago. Hi. So I'm currently a junior in high school, and I have a bit of a hard to explain thing. Okay. So I went to check out my high school's Google reviews. I was having a fun time laughing at the funny reviews people posted, but I came across someone I recognized. I'll just call her Kelly. Kelly is a severely mentally disabled, autism, Down syndrome, I don't know, but she curiously left a review for my school. It has 89 images in it. Okay, weird. Yeah, but maybe she just decided to dump a bunch of images in because why not? But her Google reviews account has a staggering 5,400 plus images. It took me 10 minutes of scrolling to reach the bottom of the list. Not only that, but every single picture has a location attached to it. Every single one. The oldest and last in the list is dated at 2002. For fuck's sake. The contents of the images are even weirder. It'll be random pics of people taken at our school. Presumably Kelly approached them and took the photo. There's also well over 1,000 images stolen straight from Instagram. There were times where I would scroll, see a couple dozen pictures of a person I knew, and then as I keep scrolling, they would get progressively younger until we were down to the As I keep scrolling, they would get progressively younger until we were down to the freaking baby pictures. How would she even have access to these? At first, I thought maybe it was some kind of shared account with parents posting their baby pics too, mixed in with Kelly obsessively posting every picture across her Instagram feed. But I don't think this theory holds up. Some of these photos are personal. I mean, it looks like they were downloaded right off of someone's phone. One of them is one of our local full-time drug addicts and his friends all chilling outside somewhere. It's not high quality Instagram level or anything. It looks like a dude just took a pic of him and his friends and then somehow managed to get a hold of it. And I've checked, some of these photos aren't uploaded anywhere online that I could find. My current theory is that she somehow asked people for these photos. Does anyone have any idea what the fuck I'm looking at? Too long, didn't read. Mentally disabled girl at my school has uploaded thousands of photos of people, and I don't know how she did it. Oh my god. Sorry, that it's hard. So, a lot of people mentioned this in the last stream, and in this stream, I want to kind of address it really quick. It's really hard to read to over 1,000 people something that you didn't write, because people like write with different like semantics and like phrasing and stuff, and it's just it's unnatural to me for some reason. So I apologize. Sometimes I'll like read over words a few times and it kind of trips me up. And if you can bear with me, I'll shut up about apologizing about it because I know I did like 1,000 times last time. But I just wanted to clear the air on that real quick. It's kind of nerve-wracking. I'm sorry. Anyway, okay. So we have 3 edits here. Edit 1. Holy crap, this got bigger than I thought. I was busy rushing a project that I had procrastinated on. Edit number 2, let me answer some things that have been asked quite a bit. Number 1, I'm planning on showing what I have found to her caretaker and informing her that Kelly has been taking photos of people without her consent. Number 2, my school does not have Google accounts, at least not for students as far as I'm aware. Number 3, she does have her own Instagram. 2 in fact, one following 600 and the other following 2,000. Number 4, I'm unaware if she has Facebook or Snapchat. None of the images that I saw, which I looked at while quickly scrolling, had UI on them. They looked like they were straight from a camera app. Also, I'm getting some sleep now. I'll respond in the morning if I can. One final edit she posts. I'm back from school. I have good news and bad. The good news is that I contacted the administration, and they're going to report the images and have them taken down, hopefully. I explained how to find Kelly's account, and the person I talked with couldn't explain it either. They're pretty tech illiterate, so I'm not surprised. So pretty tech illiterate, so not surprising. Wow, I just totally butchered that. The bad news is that for all of you curious people out there, it's unlikely this mystery will fully be solved. Kelly apparently no longer goes to my school. While they are going to contact Kelly's parents, I see no reason they would tell me what they found. This will likely be the last update unless something significant happens. Thanks for the help, guys. I honestly don't know if I could have done anything had I not had the great help from you wonderful people. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so that was the Google mystery. Apparently this girl was posting pictures from like the camera app and stuff onto Google reviews, and I couldn't find anything about it. I think I went and dug through this, and I couldn't find any information. Yeah, it's just a bunch of random stuff. They're pretty active on this account, so it's kind of hard to dig it up. Let's see. So what do you guys think? Any input on this? Let's see. We have a lot of people that were. Hold on, I'm reading comments real quick. Story. Not a pre-recorded video. Yeah, this is not pre-recorded. I swear. Let's see. I see Yeehaw from Trap Ninjas. Soviet Union just got on. Kirk Wright, Large Nutsack. TV Machine. I want to see the account. If you guys want to go check out the account, it is PM for nice chat. And you can go dig through our post history, maybe find the actual place, but that's up to you if you want to do that. But yeah, I wasn't able to find anything. I was trying to dig on Google and everything to find the freaking school, because this is honestly one of the creepier things that I've found. Or not really creepy, but just odd. Like, it'd be interesting to kind of dig through like what actually happened and like the rabbit hole of Google reviews that this person's posting. I find interest in that kind of stuff. And let's see. The real Nexpo is dead. Yes, you're right. I'm his ghost. Let's see. All right. Well, that was that story. So I have 4 more, or no, actually 3 more up here that we can touch on. This one was interesting. It wasn't creepy, like in the sense like it's like holy shit, this is totally terrifying, but it's more like weird. This post is titled mystery package addressed to me containing creepy stuff I definitely did not order, by Jesse Fresh 8 months ago. This one's not that long, it's kind of short, but it has pictures and stuff with it, so we're gonna go through the pictures and just the different like eBay postings and stuff that they've found regarding this package that they were delivered, and then we can dive into some comments. So from the top here, let's get into this story by Jesse. So here we go. Alright, so on Monday, July 30th, I received a small USPS cardboard box in the mail. It didn't look any different than a small box you would receive from Amazon. I didn't even look at the sender because I was expecting business cards, which would have come in similarly sized cardboard boxes. It was addressed directly to me, including my correct name and address. When I opened it up, I saw a tattered wooden box with plastic ties holding it shut and what looked like a hard plastic tag with a book title, Lawless, and the author, Nora Roberts, on it. Alright, so before we proceed, let's take a look at the box. Alright, so that's what she found. So we see it's Lawless, book title, Nora Roberts. For some reason it's sealed like this, but we're going to get to why in a second. So let's go back. Guys, I am drinking water. I'm just dehydrated today. I'm sorry. Yes, guys, I'm stuttering. I mentioned this earlier. I do that because I'm reading something that I didn't write, and it's just kind of, it's different. They use different phrasing and all of that. Dang, so many chats coming in. Okay, continuing. Alright, so on the back side of the tag, there's a little thumb drive, presumably so you can plug the book into your computer. Also, on the back was some contact information for the Texas State Library and a barcode number. So, picture number 2, this is the USB, property of U.S. government, Texas State Library and Archives Commission in Austin, Texas. And I actually live like 3 hours from there. Fun fact. Yeehaw. Alright, so that's the tag. Naturally, I called the Texas State Library and Archives Commission and spoke to a really nice lady who informed me that this came from the Talking Books for Texans program, a library program aimed at the blind and physically handicapped, but was as confused as I was as why I ended up with it. I also gave her the sender's address on the original cardboard box, which read, printed in Canada, but had an address from Columbia, Tennessee. When I looked up this address, it looks like a sorting facility of some sort, which houses a few different freight-type businesses. The lady from the library I spoke to advised me to go ahead and open the little wooden box that came with the flash drive. No idea why I listened, but I did. When I opened the wooden box, I found a strange-looking black watch with a skull in the middle of it. Alright, so this is the watch with the skull. So she opened the box. This was inside. Kind of a cool looking watch, I'm not gonna lie. Wait, can you guys? Yo, OBS, WTF. What the hell? Sorry guys. Yeah, the music you're listening to is by Coag. Jesus Christ. It wouldn't be an Expo stream if there wasn't, you know, something going wrong, am I right? Okay, let's see. Applications like control this using... There we go. Alright, in typical Nexpo stream fashion, it's fixed for now. So, we'll see how long it takes till it messes up again. Okay, back to the story. So, this is the skull watch that looks like it's been worn quite a bit. Does look cool though, has a skull right here in the middle, and you know, you can tell it's been worn. It's got something stained on it. Let's see. Alright, so that's the watch. It looked like the back of the watch had some sort of residue on it, like ketchup or something. Real quick, back of the watch. Some red, weird residue. Right here. Waiting on OBS to update. I know you guys are behind a few seconds. Okay, so this is it. So back to the story once again. Come to find out, this watch, a Core and Bubble Night Flyer, apparently retails for somewhere between $1,000 to $4,000. My friend found that number 944 of 999 had been sold on eBay not too long ago for $1,280. Okay. It seemed bidding ended on the watch on July 24th. When I looked closer at the watch I received, it appeared to be the exact same one, number 944 of 999. And there it is with proof, 944 of 999. So it seems that they accidentally got mailed that watch. I contacted the eBay seller on August 1st to make sure he hadn't sent it to me by accident, but I still have not heard back. I also checked all my credit cards and my eBay account to make sure my account information and credit cards hadn't been fraudulently used. I had no suspicious charges or activity. Also worth noting, the sender seemed to be based in Arizona, where Lawless is apparently based as well. When I looked at my USPS tracking number, it said nothing about the origination in Arizona. I actually called USPS and they said that it either originated in Canada or Detroit. Then somehow it went to Tennessee. Not really sure what that meant, but it seems like whoever bought this may have then sent it to me, which is what freaks me out. Also interesting, USPS told me the sender paid $100 to insure the box. When I searched who was associated with the Tennessee address, I came up with the Oak Group Automotive Corporation. I also found a Canadian number belonging to this company, so not sure if that's why the label was printed in Canada. Also, I'm not sure if this is the true sender or just a freight company. USPS said the watch is technically mine since the box was specifically addressed to me, but I'm still tempted to just send it back to the address it came from. Also, it could be completely unrelated, but I've been getting some really strange Facebook friend requests lately. This residue-ridden watch, along with Lawless, along with the fact that I did not order any of this and it was addressed directly to me, is scaring the living hell out of me. I don't have any enemies or know of any angry exes. I've been with my husband now for 10 years. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Is there an easy answer? Should I call the police? Any theories as to how or why I ended up with this stuff? And it ends there. Holy crap. Okay. So, mystery box addressed to this person. It's got a weird watch with a skull in it, some residue on the back. They found the eBay listing. It's $944 or $999. Verified it on the back of the watch. Getting angry or creepy Facebook friend requests lately. Not sure what the hell's going on. So what's up? Like, what's going on here? Thoughts, comments, concerns? By the way, I appreciate all the super chats and kind words you guys are throwing my way. For guys that just joined, or people that just joined, I want to say real quick, I'm going to get to those super chats after the stories, so we don't like interject in the middle of them. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I'm going to read all you guys' comments at the end. By the way, is the background music still quiet enough, or is it too loud? I'm about to kind of explain what the deal is with this mystery box here, because someone in the comments did. Holy shit. Okay, see, it's good. It's good. All right. Okay. All right, guys. So basically, the answer to why this person got mailed this box is still unclear. They still don't know. But the USB thing here, let's see, where is it? Backside. Yeah, this is actually for audiobooks. It turns out, yeah, that's why it's addressed to the Texas State Library and Archives Commission. Apparently, it's something to do with audiobooks. There was a comment down here that, yeah, talking book machine, you insert it like that, and apparently it plays a whole book for you. So the explanation for that was pretty simple. Sorry, I'm just looking at the comments. If I ever pause like that, I'm like looking at comments to kind of see what you guys thought, like your thoughts are. Okay. But yeah, the watch doesn't make any sense. Hold on. Actually, let's go through some comments together and see if there are any other explanations here. Couple of tidbits. The USB drive is the book Lawless. It's a talking book that goes in the machine like this, and it's the same picture. Okay. The phone number you listed is for a packaging logistics company called Onsort Material Management. Interesting. Okay. Initially, I thought this might have been related to Mysterious Package Company or similar, in which the eBay listing, the person on the phone, and the flash drive box would be fake as part of a mystery, and the items, the watch, the talking book, the box, actually mass-produced with a paid performer in the role of a librarian. Hold on a second. What the hell is Mysterious Package Company? I've never heard of this. Hold on. I'm kind of intrigued. Mysterious Package. Oh, is this one of those things? Is this like one of those things where like you buy like a glitter package and send it to someone and then like it opens and like explodes? Is this like one of those prank things, Mysterious Package? I've never heard of this. This is pretty cool. If it's legit. Okay. Anyway. Alright. Back to some comments. Let's see. Alright. Why is that? The address in Tennessee is for a FedEx facility, so since you got this in the USPS, it looks like they use something like FedEx Smart Post. That's where you send something by FedEx for part of the trip, and then they use the USPS for the last leg of the journey. Try putting your tracking number. Okay, they're just giving tips. All right. Anyway, guys, that's basically that story. I know it's not the creepiest, but I thought it was interesting. Kind of stuck out to me a little bit. All right, so we got the Google reviews one done, that one done. Now, I'll admit, I was going through and finding stories for this stream, and these last two I actually didn't get to read, so we're both going to be going in blind. So I don't know if it's like super creepy or not, but the titles definitely hooked my eye. Especially this one, how can I find out who is leaving creepy, threatening notes in my child's grave? But we'll get to that one after the Airbnb. Okay, so this post is called, I think my landlady from Airbnb is spying on me. And it's by Gretch702. Comments again, sorry. Please cover Reddit glitch in the Matrix. I might look at glitch in the Matrix, Tofu. That's a good idea. I want to do like different subreddits, like the dark side streams of whatever creepy subreddit it is that we want to look into at the time. Seems like an interesting concept for me. Okay. Alright, so I think my landlady from Airbnb is spying on me by Gretch702. I'll get right into it. The information I have is circumstantial. I have no solid evidence. However, unless my landlady is Santa Claus, then she has no way of knowing the exact moment I sleep or wake up to go to work, etc. She knew that my mom stood at my place for a night. Stood or stayed? She knew that my mom stayed at my place for a night and knows where my children sleep. And yesterday I came home from work late, and she called me on the home phone as soon as I got through the door. No big deal, I thought, so I called her over and paid the rent. And that's when she started talking. In a few instances, she slipped up and mentioned a few private things that she could not have known unless she was watching me. Sorry, there are a ton. This person writes with commas, like run-on sentences, and it's really tripping me up. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. Comma. Okay. All right. Unless she was watching me, we're going to pick back up right here as if it's a period. Okay. She quickly changed the subject, and I figured I will let her do so until I investigate the interior of the house. Period. I am staying at an extended stay Airbnb in Phoenix, Arizona. I've asked a couple of questions on some different subreddits. My question to the subreddit Bureau of Investigation is, what's the best cell phone camera to spot hidden cameras, and any other tips will help. I don't have tons of money to buy extra equipment. I have a few cell phones, and I'm sure I could borrow an expensive cell phone from one of my friends to locate the hidden cameras. I was wondering if there are any other tips. Okay. And then she jumps into some information. Single family, 4-bedroom, 3 stories in the home. There's a mobile trailer in the backyard where the landlord and landlady always store stuff. I don't know, but they spend tons of time here on the property. Please help. And then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 updates here. Let's see. Oh, they locked the thread. Law enforcement got involved. Okay, so let's go through the updates real fast, and then we'll dive into some comments. So update 1. Okay, it's a little past 9 p.m. and totally dark, using an iPhone 6 and an Android LG Aristo 2. I have not been able to pick up on any lights. I have tried using live camera and also recorded video at dusk, 6 p.m. ish. I'm going to try again in a few minutes and post another update. Update number 2. There are ceiling fans in every room and the living room, and none of them work, which is raising my suspicions. Excuse me. However, the cell phone trick is not working for me. I'm going to check the ceiling fans and update later. It's getting a little late, so I might do it first thing in the morning. Update 3. Every ceiling fan is broken or not working. All the bulbs unscrew except for one that looks different from the others. I tried to unscrew it, but that doesn't work. I took a couple of pictures and I will post a link in the comments. Oh, we got a link to some pictures, guys. Alright, so we get to hunt down some photos of what's going on here. Hell yeah, you know, guys, I love a good story with some visual evidence. It's always the best. Okay, update 3. Enough of me rambling. Update 3. Oh wait, I already read that one. God damn it, what's wrong with me? Update 4. Okay, this is going to be my last update of the night. I think it's worth mentioning that I do not have a key. It's a keypad lock on the door, and the landlady mentioned that she could change the code anytime via her app. That sentence did not make any sense, I'm sorry. I don't know if that information is useful or not, but I thought it might be worth mentioning. I can post a link to the picture of the door handle lock if you guys need it. Yes, more pictures, please. Update 5. So a yank... Alright, I'm sorry. Hold on one second. I got H3 Productions playing in the background on my TV, and he's doing one of his videos where Ethan screams at the top of his lungs, so hang on. It's distracting me. I'm going to mute it real quick. God damn it, Ethan. Ethan can have videos where they're... Or Ethan and Hila... Or Ela... God damn it, I still can't pronounce it right. Ethan and Ela can have videos where they can be like totally quiet, and then Ethan will start screaming, and it's like, what the fuck? Anyway, okay, so back to the updates here. So update 6. We have confirmed that all the videos... No, update 5. So I yanked out the suspicious bulbs. I have a video documenting it, and I am staying at my brother's house for safety reasons. I have the bulbs in hand and will make a video inspection of them and try to post it anonymously, as the subreddit will not allow me to use my real name or any social media connected to me. I tried Imgur, but it's connected to my Facebook and has my real name, and I really want to keep you guys updated, so I'm trying not to get banned. Comments real quick. Okay. I took tons of pictures before I left the property, including pictures of that creepy T-Mobile that creepy mobile trailer in the backyard. I have a couple videos of the house interior lights on and off. Please let me know a good way of posting them anonymously, or I will try to do it later today, as I didn't get much sleep last night. Update 6, finally. We have confirmed that the light bulbs are all audio devices. I have notified the authorities and told them the story. 10:30 a.m. I took pictures of the listening devices. However, they are no longer in my possession, as the authorities took them for evidence, I think. I'm going to try to post pictures today, and the listening devices kind of look like Raspberry Pis. Tiny Raspberry Pi. Like the computer Raspberry Pi. I'm working on uploading all the videos and pictures now. Final update. First, I would like to thank everyone here at the Reddit Bureau of Investigation, RBI, and thank you for all the help, tips, and advice. I'll be marking this as resolved for now. I will not be updating any more photos, as I am advised by counsel. However, I might make it off topic after everything is over, and just to stop by again and say hello. Thank you all. End story. Okay, so that's the end of it. I am actually really intrigued, guys, for these videos and stuff. I kind of want to find it real quick. Everyone coming in with super chats, once again, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let's see. I seriously appreciate it. I seriously appreciate it, guys. I'm gonna get to those in a little bit after I finish the stories. So just bear with me. I do see them, and I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's go into Gretch702's profile and see if we can find any comments or anything with any videos or images. It's really interesting to me. when was this posted? 5 months ago. So let's go back around 5 months ago, see if we can find anything. It's funny because my next video is literally about kind of what we're doing now, going into OP's post history and kind of digging up some evidence and kind of speculating on what might have actually happened. I'm pretty intrigued at the next like topic I'm gonna cover on the channel in like a main video. I hope you guys like it. It's a lot of reading, kind of like this, but I feel like it's necessary for. Sorry, I just read a comment. Next book, could you loan me some money? Yeah, sure. Come on. Well, anyway, as I was saying, it's really intriguing, like reading into people's post histories and like trying to solve mysteries, like using only what people have posted online in the past. It's just Reddit. Reddit is unique in that aspect where you can find someone's profile and they're unable to make it private, like at all. That's not even an option. So everything you post on Reddit is public and able to be found at any time. Just thought that was a fun fact. Okay. So if we can go back to 5 months ago. Come on. Don't wait. Okay, so we're back here 5 months ago where they are trying to find advice on where to post their post that we just read. But I don't see any comments with links or anything. Are we even in? We're on overview. Comments maybe? Let's go. Let's try to see if we can find something in there. Come on, load. Dude, what is up with my
Picture in
laptop
your
right now?
mind
It's,
something
like,
you've
bugging
seen
out.
recently that disturbed you.
Okay.
It can be a stain on your favorite shirt,
Oh,
or
see,
a
we're back in
scratch on
post
your new
again. What
car.
the hell?
Just close your eyes and
Comments.
try to picture an unpleasant image.
I won't find the pictures. If I can't find it, scrolling down here, I'm gonna cut our losses. I'm gonna get to the Cupid Rave site notes on this. By the way, is the music still good? Is it was it too loud, too quiet? I might do a Q&A in a little bit. Might do a Q&A. Guys, if y'all are down, I mean, it's Saturday night. I don't got nothing going on. If you guys are down, we can explore some creepy websites. If you have any like creepy URLs or anything you want me to check out, definitely send it my way. We can check it out tonight if you want. I'm game. I don't know if you're game, but I'm game. So we only got one more story, so. Was it one of the, let's see, hold on. So some of these songs, I got Coag playing in the background. There might have been a part where like they were talking or something. Shit, I wish I knew the track because I would take it off. Damn it. Crap. Let's see. All right, is that better? Is it playing the crap? Sorry, I'm trying to fix the music right now. I saw a bunch of comments saying something happened. A creepy ad. I'm trying. I have no idea what that was. Okay, so music's back to, I am assuming, normal, unless an ad played. Did an ad play? God damn it! I don't have any ad windows open. Okay. Anyway, all right. On to the last story. Let's see. See. Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and like watch that stream. Hang on a second. This is gonna bug the shit out of me. I need to figure out what this was. Hold on, bear with me for a second. I'm gonna go into my editor real quick and see what the hell you guys heard. So hang on. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Yeah. So shit. Yeah. So that was definitely one of the Coag songs. So what he does is he has the smooth ambiance going, and then afterwards, or like in the middle of it, he will like cut to some like skit or something, like with people fighting or someone creepy voice like talking or something. I always cut it out in my videos, but that's what that was. It wasn't our hijacked stream or anything, so we're good. That was seriously bugging the hell out of me. Anyway, sorry to keep you waiting. Last story. How can I find out who's leaving creepy, threatening notes at my child's grave? This is by a user named Marble Bulldog, and it was posted 2 years ago. This is a pretty old one. By the way, guys, Petscop just posted. I got the notification. If you guys got it, definitely go check it out. After this stream, of course. I mean, don't check it out now. Hold on a second. I had an idea. Do you guys want to watch it together right now? I will mute the music. We can go to Petscop and watch it real quick. Okay. So let's go check it out. Alright, we got a bunch of yeses. So, alright guys, we're going to do a live watching of Petscop. Oh boy, I'm excited. Sorry, I feel like a little kid in a candy shop. Okay. Let's see. If I can. There we go. So it's 13 minutes long, so we're gonna go through it, watch it together, and I guess we'll do some live thoughts about it. First off, before we get into this, let me know if the sound is good. I'm gonna play the first like 10 seconds. Oh my god. Oh, music, shit. Sorry. Alright, music's off. Okay, so you guys could hear that, but I cannot. How did I fix that last time?
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Yo, what the hell? Okay, we're good. I can hear it, you can hear it, we're good. Okay. Sound test, got some sound files, okay.
Bye bye. Uh-oh. Bye bye. Bye bye. Uh-oh. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Uh-oh.
Yo, Paul's gonna have to relax. Just chill it out. Just turn it down from like a 10 to an 8. Can we get some buys in the chat? Oh my god, I wanna rip my hair out right now. Guys, what the hell? Why am I going through this torture? Why are you going through this torture right now? What the hell is this? Oh, gosh. I feel like I need to, like, dissect and go through all those, like, song titles. Okay, enough of me talking. Okay, here we go. Resume torture. Oh, hell. Oh, man, this is getting good. Recordings. Wait, what is that? Hold on, what was that? I wish I could brighten it on here, but I can't. Damn. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so we got a bunch of... So I haven't caught up on Petscop in a while. What's the guy with the triangle head's name again? It's been over a year since I've like dug into it. This is gonna take some digging into. So is it Null's birthday? Is that what? His birthday, his cake. I see a blue tool. Is this the same bedroom from the Halloween video? Dude, this song is gas, man. This beat slaps. Dude, can we get Pyrocynical in here, please? Because I'm waiting on Petscop 2, and this would be perfect. Perfect time to put out a video. Carrie Mark, November 12th, 1992. Movement stopped making sense. Sorry, this is really fucking weird. Find a moment. Dude, Null is totally moonwalking right now. A girl went missing around here. Trying to lure her home. Instead of missing girl signs, he put up birthday girl signs. Something in the cake for a birthday. To his disappointment. What's up with that little like arrow thing down there? They're like saying it's like that's north. Ask. Oh, okay. Well, are we assuming there's a tool nearby that he's asking, or? What happened? Start. Is that a thing? Oh, I thought I was going crazy for a second. Yeah, there's something right there. The hell is this? Damn, she was 9. Lena Leskowitz. Okay, so go back to the easel, man. With the face in. I'm genuinely curious as to why he's walking backwards like that. Is he back where like the grave is? Yeah, the house with the grave. Okay. He is retracing his steps. Karen. That's what it seems like, because he's going backwards. Alright, I'm reading comments now. Of course he's watching Pets Cup. Yeah, of course I'm watching Pets Cup, because it just came out, man. It just dropped. You gotta watch it. I'm a big fan. Okay. Yeah, I'm a big fan, but I haven't like dove into Pets Cup in a while. It's been like since my video. I watched a few on Halloween, and then now, so it's like all fragmented. I need to do some reading. But yeah, that was the new Pets Cup. A lot of buys, a lot of weird audio files, some recordings, a voice talking to him asking a question, and then retracing his steps all the way back to the beginning. I keep seeing you guys post about post content in the chat. Oh, don't worry. Trust me, I've had my eye on post content. So one thing that I did notice is that in his newest video, Shabam, excited. pumped. Let's see. Hang on, I'm checking something. Okay. All right, guys, back to the stories. Let's see. Get back to the stories. Sorry, I'm reading the chat and seeing what you guys are saying. Before we get back to the stories, though, yes, I do want to take a second. I'm just going to take a second real quick and do the super chats real fast that I've gotten. Holy shit, it's a lot. This is tonight. Yeah, it's tonight. So Fishhook, Epoxy, Aspect, Jordan, Airy, McD, Cecilia, Lil Ramthal, The Verve Guy, Most Random, Slushy. Thank you guys so much for the donations, the super chats. I seriously appreciate it. McD, Kinsey, Obsidian, Wolf, Logan, Ben, Brittany, Justin, Moosey, Forever Lit, Apollo, Wooplay, Maddie, Julia, I Am a Crazy Cat Lady, Dark Star League, Sam, Gasoline, and Grant. I'm going to get to the rest after. I'm stopping at Grant. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. All right, so last story. How can I find out who's leaving creepy/threatening notes at my child's grave? It's by a user named Marble Bulldog, and it was 2 years ago. Okay. So to start, I'm writing this post both to vent, but also to see if anyone's got advice on how to handle the situation. I'm located in Scandinavia with rather strict laws concerning surveillance cameras. Otherwise, I would have gone down that path long ago. The situation. God damn it, Ryan. God damn it. Hang on. There's no music playing. There. Okay, now we're good. The situation. My wife and I lost our child to cancer 1.5 years ago. Our child was then a toddler. This of course left us devastated, and on our way back from the darkness wasn't easy, but we gave our daughter a very beautiful grave, and visiting it daily helped us through the grief. But then we started getting notes, written on computer, not handwritten. Nasty notes about us, mainly me, sometimes threats, and also expressing hopes that my child, my wife, if now expecting, also dies. Someone broke the wings of the angel and on the gravestone, destroyed the flowers, etc. I have no idea who this is. I have no knowledge, no enemies, and neither does my wife. How can I find out who it is without breaking the law? Do I set up a camera? Sometimes I get a feeling that perhaps someone is closer to me than I realize. The reason is that when we first started, the notes always appeared in connection to us letting people know that we had been visiting the grave. If I went there on Monday, and for example told on Facebook that I had visited the grave and planted some beautiful flowers, then a note would be there the following day. It felt like a pattern, but it could have been coincidental. This is driving us insane. My wife, pregnant and sensitive as it is, can't visit the final resting place of our first child without fear and anger. I too get very upset, of course, but more infuriated. I want to know who all is doing this. All advice is very much appreciated. Maybe one of you can think of something we've missed. Alright, so that looks like it ended there, and then there was an update. Someone asked us to do a list of suspects. We tried really hard to think of anything that could have been an issue. This is what we came up with. Did they mention an L? An L and a B? 'Cause I don't remember reading anything about that unless I'm going crazy. I know it is 11:26 p.m. I might be going crazy. Okay, so I guess he explains. Okay. So number 1, L. At my previous workplace, L was a coworker who claimed that I got promoted because I had a kid on the way and was pissed about that, but that was years ago. B. Before I met my wife, I dated B, and we had a good relationship. I saw no crazy in her, but she wanted a child-free life, and I love children, so we parted, and it was a mutual decision. She also moved to another town, but since you guys asked me to list exes, I'll do that. E. My wife's ex. She dumped him for me, but he is now married, so he should have gotten over that. V. When we installed our new kitchen, we hired a Polish guy to do some of the work. Sadly, language barriers made it hard, and we ended up having lots of problems. In the end, I had to let him go and find someone else to do the job. He was angry, but surely that was not a reason to stalk us now. C. C is not on my Facebook actually, but I'll list her because she's a weirdo. She lived next door to us before we moved, and she had this very, very sick dog. So sick that it cried when it tried to walk, and it was skin and bones and misery on 4 legs. Sometimes it fell down and couldn't get back up. My wife reported that, and we never saw the dog again. C was a strange person, not mean or nasty to people, but odd. Nurse A. A nurse at the hospital that treated our daughter, also not on Facebook. We made a complaint about her after finding out that she didn't give our child the pain meds on the right times, but waited too long to administer them. We weren't rude, we didn't shout or anything. We just wanted the best care for our kid. Also, when our child wished to go to a kennel and play with puppies, we did that, but Nurse A said we shouldn't because of our child's state. We went anyway, and she was pissed for the rest of that weekend. That's all we can think of. Damn, so we have quite a list of suspects here that could be potential note writers, huh? So we're in it at investigators. What do you guys think? Anyone of interest here? Let's see. All right. Okay. Update number 2. This is a translation of the latest letter, 12th of July, and I've translated it with grammar and spelling mistakes, sentence structure, and all. You should be glad that A, insert our child's name, died, so she won't grow up with you both and live with you. It's better. And I wish the new baby don't live too, I hope. Insert my wife's name here, falls on the stairs, and the ugly baby dies, and it would be better. Company for little. Insert lost daughter's name. Maybe she eats something with razor blades and cut her belly open. I don't think that the child under the dirt here was a good person. Either I think it was a bad person and she died because it was good that she died. I applaud it when the people let our bad die. And I have advice. 9mm and your pain stop. Easy, easy. I am not evil. I am normal, and I do this because I like it, and I don't like you. And I smile when I think that you are hating this. How do you like my arrangements on the grave? I like it much better this way. Don't be so negative. Damn, so that note was intense. Hang on, guys. Sorry. Oh crap. Let's see, what do we got going on, guys? What are y'all? You guys arguing? No. Guys, I don't want you to argue. I'm just trying to have a good time and read creepy stories with y'all. Alright, guys. So anyway, so that note was weird. There was a lot of misspellings and stuff. It was kind of hard to, read it logically, but it basically someone hates the parents and left this note. Then they 9mm and your pain stops. Easy, easy. So it's clearly someone that's out to get them or out to mess with them. Okay, so update 3. Alright, I'm just gonna get to it and finish it. Alright, so I haven't had much free time today, chaos at work, but I translated one of the letters previously found at the grave, 5th of May. I translated this one because it was the worst. Alright, so here's the note. Do you think she's done and all rotten now? Does the naked bones shine pale in the dark? I think about it sometimes. I hope you think sometimes about it. At least she won't be grown up and like you both in the future. There is no future, only the end, and that is better. New baby will also be sick and die and rot next to its skeleton sister, and they will be dead together, and I will wait for it. It sings inside my soul when bad are suffering, and I feel triumph and happiness when it happened, and it's the best way wishing the worst for both of you. Soon it is coming. Do you guys think this is a male or female writer, and how can I tell? Alright, so, top comment. I haven't read any of the comments, but this is top comment. I'm no psychologist, but the latest letter seems to be written not to you and your wife, not to you and your wife, only you. I doubt the person knows your wife well, but sees her as a symbol and a way to hurt you. Notice that harm is wished on your wife, but as a way to strike fear and suffering in you. There is nothing in the note that suggests the opposite, that harm will befall you, therefore making her suffer. This is someone that's probably had to assert their normalcy. I would even guess that they have been seen by a professional based on the second to last paragraph. This is a person who's deranged. They can believe that small and even unborn children are bad and extrapolate that they deserve to die. I'm not convinced this is a Facebook friend, but this is someone who's really sick and knows your personal details. Have a look into the current circumstances of the Polish worker and the nurse. Has the latter lost their job and wrongly blames you? Withholding medication to a child seems cruel. Has the Polish worker had a difficult time lately? In his mind, blames his recent failures on you. I agree with another person on this forum. What does the spelling and syntax tell you? Native speaker, educated or not, it's hard to tell with the translation. And then down here, he didn't answer the question really. He just had an interesting input. Let's see, maybe that's kind of it with that comment thread. But that was that story. So Marble Bulldog, threatening notes at the grave. So we have our list of suspects. They were saying that it could be the Medicaid or the fucking medication nurse that didn't give it to the child. Let's see, Nurse A. Yeah. So Nurse A was who she was talking about. A nurse at the hospital that treated our daughter, also not on Facebook. We made a complaint about her finding out that she didn't give our child the pain meds at the right times, but waited too long to administer them. We weren't rude. We didn't shout or anything. We wanted the best care for our kid. She was pissed for the rest of that weekend. Or C. Oh yeah, C's the one with the dog, but I don't think it would have been C, honestly. She said, like, specifically he said, not mean or nasty to people, just odd. Which doesn't seem like they would do that. Alright guys, I am falling asleep. I don't know if you are too, but I'm really tired. I just wanted to jump on here for a little bit and read some stories. Glad we got to check out Petscop also. That was a nice little addition. And hopefully these stories were good enough for you. Before we go, I want to give a big thank you to the remainder of the donors here in the stream. Thank you, Kiefer17, Slushy, Stank, Micah, CZ Invasion, Brianna, Justin, Lusty Humble, Darkstar, Jordan, James Bone, Cheekies Darlington, Xeon, Ethan, Kid Backwards, Stank Lemons, RTQF or RQTF, Sylvia Breathless, Soaps, Amanda, Noah, Hinlo, I Momo, Stay Cami, Asuka Ikari, Foxerole Gaming, and Milkshake. Thank you guys for the donations. Thank you everyone for showing up and participating. This has been a great time. As always, my name is Nexpo. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I love you all, and good night. So some of these songs I got
We are going to begin tonight.